And we know that hurricanes need that warm water to act as sort of fuel to really keep these going. That's why they're so prolific when we get into the Gulf of Mexico and we get into the Atlantic. But this storm here is now moving into the yellow, Kelly, which means it's moving into the cooler water, which means it's going to weaken.
All right, good news there. And Chris, we're talking some golf tonight. You know, this weekend, Silvis, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, is hosting the John Deere Classic. In this week's Sports Advantage, Adam Berg shows us how wind can play a big part in the outcome of the golf game.
Hey there, sports and weather fans. I'm Adam Berg. Time for another Advantage segment. We're talking golf this week, but more specifically how headwinds and tailwinds impact the flight of the ball. So let's just say you're taking an average swing out there with no wind. Again, no wind with this one. Your shot may look a little something like that. Boom. Let's say you really get a hold of it, 255 yards. With the very same swing, but with a 5-mile-per-hour tailwind, it yields you slightly different result here. Again, same swing. You swing, boom. Get a hold of it. It's got that tailwind. You notice the trajectory, it's a little bit lower, but it goes a little farther, 260 yards. What about a headwind, though? This is where it gets interesting. Just a 5-mile-per-hour headwind, everybody, yields you something like this, again, with the same stroke that got you 255 with no wind, will get you only 240 yards. That 5-mile-per-hour headwind, pretty significant. So how would something like this play out at, let's say, the John Deere Classic in Silvis, Illinois, just to the west of Chicago? Well, with just winds of 5 to even 10 miles per hour, as I showed you, some pretty big implications. So here are your tailwind holes. The holes where the ball's going to have a little more go, a little more travel time. 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 13, and 17. Look at all the holes here where headwinds are going to be a factor. This is where you're going to have to swing a lot harder to just get that average distance that you would normally get with no wind. A lot of holes filling the headwinds this weekend. Let's see how it all plays out at the John Deere Classic. Have a great weekend, everybody. Back to you.
And coming up at 40 past the hour, we'll have your updated forecast for that John Deere Classic. Crystal?
And coming up here on